2. We are live.
This is 2OF Entertainment.
Oh, and here we is. So
hello.
I already did all my drinking this morning. we already did our whatchamacallit. Keep talking. We already did our show for the cigars. So I got all my drinking in earlier. So
I'm sure you also drunk your cigars.
I smoked my cigars. I didn't drink my cigars. So
you have to.
Yeah, so all is good. There we go. Now
I have a cigar on this one, Cuban.
Yeah, but that's not really a cigar. That's just a vapor thing.
Yeah, but it is from the cigar leaves.
I know, but to me, a cigar is a cigar.
Yeah, I know.
I gotta
you can
take it all.
Never copy a real thing.
Never what?
Never copy a real thing.
Copy that.
Okay, whatever he says, I go with. I just agree. So
you can never copy Coca-Cola.
You can never copy the original. Yes, I agree with that 100%. There you go. Okay. So I have to translate Norwegian into English. But I'm good. So
yeah.
So what are we going to talk about today? I understand you want to talk about the younger generation.
Yes. It's about time. We've been talking a bit about them.
Yeah.
But it is on time for some old parts as us to talk about the younger generation. For generations and generations, all the way back to Adam, who couldn't make it today, and Eve, all generations has been worried about the next generation.
I don't know about that. I don't know if I don't think
so. Socrates and the guys said so, but
yeah, I don't think that's right. I think this generation worries about the kids coming up today because they're soft. I don't think the people, the baby boomers and the Gen X's, the baby boomers weren't worried about the Gen X's, and the Gen X's are all worried about the soft kids. Because, we grew up.
Remember, the information flow thing was at 3 generations back.
Yeah.
We don't have communication, but I have some issue regarding some statistics. I have a very, very important issue. First, I will tell all parents who look at this program, you have to really, really take care of your children, use time on them. How was the school today? And you have to triple your time if you want a better child. Why I say that? I go through the statistic regarding psychiatry with young people. And listen, we have a 50% raise up since 2012 to 2024. The last they do in United States of America, it was 45,000 people, mostly people in mostly students. And congratulations to US because they have the baddest result in the world.
I have no idea what you just said.
They have the worst. They have the worst result in the world regarding. I don't know.
Problem with many things.
Mental issues.
Problems?
Mentally.
That's because the parents here are pussies and they don't take care of their kids.
Come on.
Listen.
Let me finish.
Are
39%
you finished?
of all girls in this study
Yeah.
have problem, and only 38. No, 28 of men have problems.
Yeah, but wait, who's this study by, number one, and where was it conducted? Like, you're throwing out numbers, which is great, but you got to kind of give us a little background on the study.
You're reading on something.
Okay. They interviewed 45,000 people.
Who are they? Who are they?
Who are they?
Company.
What's the
company?
Name? What's the name? I interviewed 45,000 people, but what's the name?
Colgate.
They do it for Pfizer.
Colgate, maybe.
Lucky pills to sell more lucky
Now,
pills.
come on. You have the paper in front of you.
Yeah, you got to give us a little more info. If you're going to quote numbers and statistics, and I'm all for that, you got to tell us, like, it was the XYZ company that did it in whatever year, and there were 10 million participants and
source.
45,000. Yeah, we need a little more than that, because people are going to listen to this and go, "Oh, okay," and no one's going to care. You got to have some hard facts.
Do you have a source?
Yeah, I have a source. I can send it later. Listen. In Europe,
he's going to send it to all of you.
Yeah. The number in Europe is 21% women and only 9% boys.
For
only
what?
9% have problem with the.
Yeah, but what's up? But here's my problem with this whole thing. First of all, it sounds like Hoc the crap. Second of all, when you say they have a mental problem, what's a mental problem?
Okay,
they're being bullied. Their friends don't like them. What's the problem that they're having?
Anxiety.
Yeah, anxiety's not a problem. Anxiety is because your parents didn't raise you right and slap you around to make you tough. But so what's the problem with them? They're pussies? Is that the problem?
That's one of it.
That's their parents' fault.
But we know that if you have a childhood that you're not getting enough attention and you're not setting the right boundaries, we know that this is going to come back later in life.
Correct.
That's correct.
Right. But that's the parents' fault, once again, because the parents are using this and iPads and whatnot to teach the children, and that's not how you teach a child. And we're becoming more distant from, like, the grandparents and the parents. Nobody wants to spend time with, listen, I don't want to spend time with this generation. Like, the kids today are just too stupid, and forget it. I don't want to spend time with them, but you have to, because you have to discipline them and you have to teach them, because if you don't, then they end up to be the morons that they are, and they all have to run to therapy because somebody said something and they have trigger words, and grow the frig up. What a bunch of
trigger words,
Trigger word. I got your trigger word right here.
But Stephen,
kids,
remember, and this is a statistic directly from the
make-believe study
producer of this Lucky Pills, okay? And the Lucky Pills is raising, so 26% of all people in the world with not India and China.
Okay.
26% using Lucky Pills, and even with the Lucky Pills, we have 50% raising since 12 to 22.
Okay.
Wait,
what's going on?
Time out. Lucky Pills are these? It's not tranquilizers, but it's these that are going to fix you over a period. You know.
I mean, let me look up Lucky Pills. Let me see if we can get a definition for the audience, because I have no idea what a Lucky Pill is.
Please.
They make you serotonin to the brain. And serotonin.
What's in the brain?
Serotonin.
Oh,
serotonin.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Lucky Pills are basically
the brain adopt the pills.
Even. Wait, he's reading.
So no, I can talk and read at the same time. But so Lucky Pills are almost like a tranquilizer to chill you out, or to make you like less stress.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
That's like Ritalin. So we're giving, it's like Ritalin. Why, first of all, why do you have to give your kid a pill? I don't get this. This is what I'm saying. So nobody wants to be a parent. So what we do is we give our children pills now, or we don't want to be a parent. So we take them to a psychologist instead of being the parent and talking to them and saying, you know, I love these kids. You go, I got bullied. Really? How'd you get, I got bullied on Facebook. Then get off of Facebook.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Or tell these people to go fuck themselves. I mean, pick one. But I mean, if you want to be a victim, then be a victim. But I mean, if your parents aren't teaching you to have balls because your parents are pussies, then once again, that's not my problem that you're a puss. Stand up for yourself. You know what? It's okay if you get into a fight. It's okay if you swear at someone. It's okay to tell someone to go piss off. But the parents today, oh no, we don't want to hurt their. I don't give a fuck about your feelings. If
integrity.
you after me, I will take you down like there's no tomorrow, and that's it. And I have a real problem with these parents that are like, oh no, they shouldn't. Yes, they should. Like if some
in school, Stephen, they are so fragile these days. You know, when we were bicycling without helmets, that was a disaster. Really.
Stop it.
No, it was not.
Stop it. You listen, you and I and our crazy uncle here, we all cycled with no helmets, climbed trees, fell down, broke things, scratched things. We drank out of hoses when we were kids. And that today's generation would be, you drank out of a hose? Yeah, because the water, we didn't give a shit. We swam in rivers. We didn't come home until 10 o'clock at night. There were television commercials in the United States that would say, it's 10 o'clock. Do you know where your kids are? And the parents are like, no, we don't care. Oh, we have them. They'll show up when the lights come on. I mean, that was the way it was done. Nowadays, are you kidding? They've got AirTag. The kids have cell. Are you give me a break? Toughen these kids up. I mean, it's embarrassing. It really is. I would wish, I always say this joking around, PS 137, you know, in New York, which is basically a pre-nursery school. Those kids have more balls than the planet. They could just take over the planet. Like they just slap people around. It's really pathetic.
I listened to another thing, Stephen. Earlier in my generation, we have to stand up 5 o'clock in the morning to go to milk the cow and to stay up.
Yeah, we had a farm. Our grandfather.
Today, the school administration in Norway say maybe we should send the people to the school later on today, then they will adopt more and learn more. So
because then they are awake and they can get in the bullshit input that they are learning anyway. Because the school books are not as they was.
No, they're crap. They don't teach them anything.
Yeah, I agree.
Right.
And another thing, this department say, we have to learn children today to read more books. What will happen? They will find their own identity and they will learn a lot from a writer, because the writer have experience in his life, whatever you read, really.
Or they can talk with their AC/DC grandpas.
Of course.
You know, it's helping. It's helping. I know even the grandpa, he has a program with his grandchildren.
I have a program for each of them because they have different personality. So I really learn them how to do it. Like when I grow up, when I go into a bus and the bus was full and one free seat, I sit on. But on the next stop, coming an older man or an older woman. And then I raise up and offer them my place.
Right.
Of course.
That's just being a gentleman.
That's in my blood. Okay,
That's right. I do
That's
this. We do the
child
same thing. We
I
do-
know,
we do-
I know.
But that's what I'm just saying. Parents don't teach their children
Correct.
anything. I'm
Correct.
at meetings today with adults, and when a woman comes in, I will stand up if we're especially at a lunch or dinner meeting. Right, I stand up, they sit down, and the guys will just
Yeah,
sit
of
there and look at me
course.
like, "What are you doing?" It's the same when
Yeah.
you walk with a lady on the street. You walk on the side of the traffic, and even
Correct.
girls say when I do that, whether they're just friends or whatever, they'll say to me, "Why are you
Yeah.
doing that?" I'm like, "Because that's old school." And they're like, "What do you think's going to happen?" I go,
Yeah.
"Well, the reason is if a horse rears, I'm supposed
Correct.
to protect you from the horse. Now, if a car jumps off the road,
Yep.
I'm there. That's just the way I get the door for that." And they look at you like you have three heads. And once again, this is the parents' fault as well as society and all these. We want to be woke and equal. You know what? Take your equality and go screw you, because when we go to dinner with you, guess who has to pay? Guess who has to do this? We go on a holiday with you. You're not paying. We are. So if we want to be old-fashioned gentlemen and teach the younger generation to be gentlemen, shut your mouth, sit in your seat, sit there and look pretty. I don't care if you're smarter or make more money, but if the guy wants to be a gentleman, let him be a gentleman and stop being, I'm offended. You know what? I could give a fuck that you're offended. Go date some little metrosexual pansy that gets his eyebrows waxed, and you'll be fine. And that's the problem. It's the men. There's no more men. You know what I mean? I mean, there's a handful, and I don't mean men that you see in,
Man is soft.
The problem with men today is the kids watch porno and they think that's a man. I'm not talking about men. That's ridiculous. That's porno. I'm talking about real men that have old world values and that teach you something. There are no men left. And that's a problem. There's a bunch of little pussy kids running around.
But a threat to the society today, how I feel it when I was in I took the duties to be the parent contact with my daughter in school and so on, because I wanted to engage, and that's the social. In no way it's socionoms, but it's sociologist. What the fuck?
Psychologist?
No, socio. At school, they are coming and you can visit the office in Norway. Most have these. And then they can say that, well, my father is not good.
Come on, they use to pack them in.
And then she or her, the psycho guy will say, "Oh, poor you," and instead of say, "Come on, are you a man? You are going to be a man. Maybe you are the one to run this country." Come on, wake up, little Susie.
Because nobody wants to hurt anybody's feelings, and parents now are taught you got to be your child. No, you don't have to be your child's friend. I mean, my parents were my parents. Now we did fun things, but I still respected them when we did it. And when my mom or dad said jump, it was always how high. And that was it. Today, I'll see kids go, their parents will like, whatever. And they're like, no, really? If I was a kid and did that, I don't care if we were in public, in private, or wherever. If my dad was driving the car, you know how that was, right? Your dad drive the car, you'd say no.
Yeah.
Slap. And you just keep driving. And it was like, that was it. And it was sort of like you learned, okay, like I have to have respect here. And we don't teach them that. And this, let's hug them till they feel better bullshit. Isn't going to give anybody, there's no respect.
I'm so glad I have an example with my son. He's the father of the 3 girls. And he said to these girls, of course.
We'll never know before you know.
Okay. Anyway, I have a good example. If we go to the mother parents a Sunday, and I'm invited as well, of course.
Sure.
And the children said, no, we was there 14 days ago. We don't want to go. And then he say clearly, go to your room and cry. And when you're finished to cry, then we drive.
All right. I'm okay with that. That's
no
perfect.
discussion.
Yeah. I would just have them cry in the car, though. I wouldn't want to waste time. Be like, you want to cry? Go cry in the car while we're driving. I have time. I have time for wait for you. I always, it's always, and I remember as a kid, your parents would say, "You want something to cry about?" Like, you know, if you would complain, they go, "I'll give you something to cry about," and you'd be like, "Okay, no, I'm good. Like, I'm good." You don't have to give me anything to cry about. I'm good. I've learned my lesson. I don't need anything. And it was, and you know what's funny? We were cooking when we were 5 and 6 years old, right? You'd make breakfast for yourself. You would make, if your parents weren't home, you can make dinner. Nowadays, kids can't do anything. Like, they'll sit there and starve. Or, I'm sorry, they use Uber because their parents gave them a phone and they can order out. Seriously? It's like, my mom's like, there's some eggs, there's hot dogs, there's TV dinners. If we're late and you're hungry, you can eat these. It's like, okay, and you learned how to cook.
The parents has responsibility. And I say to your parents now, you have to priority your daughter, your stepson, whatever you have in your house, young people, triple your time with them, and you will invest a lot for the future for them. And you have to do it.
But they don't. And they're not going to, because they're too busy with their heads up their asses.
But did you ever visit the school?
I don't have kids, so no. If I go to school, I probably get arrested. But my parents would come.
with the white van.
Yeah, when I came with the van with the candy, they're like, "No, sir, you're not allowed to do that." No, but when I was a kid, though, my mom or dad would show up every now and then at school just to see what was going on, to make sure, and talk to the principal. And the principal would be like, "No, Steven's doing good," and they'd be like, "Good." And if the principal said, "No, we had a little problem," when I got home, I had a little problem. They'd be like, "I hear there's a problem." I'm like, "No." As far as so, no. But parents were more involved then. Schools actually taught you something, and teachers took an interest in you. Now they don't.
Yeah. But parents are still involved, but in the wrong way, because the last 12 years or so, 16 years, I've been in politics, and we are invited to children's schools, to colleges, to and when it's like to be a fly on the wall, because nobody knows you, so they wouldn't care. Right. I don't think they would care, the kids, and neither the teachers.
Right.
Because they let you see how lunatic the school are. Yep. Because okay, Stephen, so you want to dismiss this class for today because you want to you need to do something else. Of course. Feel free to go. Just, but remember, that's the way.
No, I agree with you. I'm just in my day.
And who is deciding? Mm-hmm. I was at the children's school, where they had the new law for this country. I don't want to say the country again, but. Okay.
One time in a year.
But no, even stop. I just want to say they know the laws at this fucking mobile phone. So when the teacher comes, and some teacher do, lift them a bit here and say, "Oh, stop, paragraph 68B. You're not able to touch me."
No.
Yeah.
And then they can punch the teacher.
Yeah, it happens here in the United States as well.
And the police cannot do anything.
Yeah. No, that's the problem.
I have another example.
When we got rid of corporal punishment in schools, where you could paddle a child for being bad, and I'm all for that, by the way. I know that we don't do it anymore. That gave the students the right to go tell you to go screw. I've seen videos of kids punching teachers, and I'm like, this is ridiculous. So, you know what? Let's close all the schools, because they're a waste of time. Let everyone get homeschooled, or now they have these new AI schools where you go to school and you're whatever. Kids that really want to learn. And I don't care if they're wealthy kids or inner city kids or whatever. The kids that really, 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 really want to go interact with other kids and teachers that want to learn. Let's let them go to a school. The other kids that think they're too cool for school, you could stay home and play with your AI computer and go and do it that way. And I think it would turn out better than what we have today. Because today, teachers don't care. The students don't care. So let's put the students and teachers that care in school, and the ones who don't give a shit, let them learn at home with AI.
Yeah.
Good luck. And see what happens.
A very good example for action. I'm an action guy. Okay?
You are.
My son was in the 6 degrees in school, and he come home to me and say, Pop, you have to do something. Yeah? What? I have a problem with a young teacher who is very rude, and he called me something, and he's very rude, but he do it with everyone in the class, and he give a shit. Okay, I say, I don't wait for the next visit to the school to talk with a teacher. I go down to this mister tomorrow. So I go down in the school time, take this teacher inside in the room and give him one chance. And I take the pen in the nose to him, and I said, one more time you do anything with any girls or man, guys in the class.
What was he doing?
What was he doing?
I will tell you the result. Next time I go in the parents' meeting, the headmaster must follow him, and he was afraid of me. And he
but that's not what I'm asking. What did he do? What did he do that was so awful that you had to go down to school? What did he do?
It was a lot of things.
No. Listen. Name one. What did he do that was so terrible?
Yeah, example. Many examples. The guys next to him have what do you call it, Morten? In fart. He have farting, and he look at my son.
Farting?
You can go out of the classroom. What the fuck, my son?
I don't understand. But why was he kicking your son out of the classroom?
Because he was farting?
Because he farted?
No, he don't farting. It was another guy. Example.
Okay.
And sometimes he said, "You are so lazy in mathematics. I don't help you." He was not lazy. I help him, so I learn him.
You never know. Yeah, come on. I think you're in a trap now, because
no, I was
of course there are lunatics that are teachers, of course, but most of the teachers are telling us, politicians at least, we want to have more things we can do. So they are responsible for us, that we can write down the grades, and because they are threatened by their own pupils. So
they're threatened by parents.
What you're saying, I don't believe in that.
Agree. Yeah, I don't agree.
It doesn't matter. I believe
now,
it.
If my kid came home and said, if I had a kid and my kid came home and said the teacher said I'm lazy, I'd be like, okay, why were you lazy? If they said, well, I was lazy in mathematics or English or whatever, I would be like, are you the only one that they say? If they go, no, I'd be like, okay, then you're probably lazy at it. You probably maybe need a tutor. Or I'd call the teacher and say, you said Johnny, Susie, whatever their name is lazy. What's the issue that we can help? I wouldn't go down and threaten the teacher.
Exactly.
That's why teachers don't give a crap about kids, because parents go down there and threaten them. It's the same at sporting events. Now they beat up the referees. It's ridiculous. There's no reason to go threaten a teacher. If a teacher says your kid's an idiot, your kid may be an idiot. Full stop.
Yeah. When I talk to all the parents, we have a meeting with all the parents, and they have no balls to talk to this teacher. They have no balls.
But you don't threaten. You threaten the teacher.
In this classroom.
You threatened the teacher.
You threatened him. That's different. That's
he was afraid of you. He was intimidating by you.
No.
No. You should also have. You are also
responsible.
You have to have responsible, and you have to have respect for the teacher as well. Because stop. You weren't there. You have no cameras. You have no idea what's going on. And my son or my daughter is never doing anything wrong.
The other in the class, come on. Everybody was agreeing.
They go together. I've seen them.
One teacher in 14 years. Come on.
No,
I don't agree.
I had a problem with a teacher once, and she belittled me in front of the class constantly. And I went home and said to my mom and dad, I go, I'm the only one she belittles. She does not like me. And I would start talking back to her. I think I was in the 3rd grade. I was like, I didn't care at this point. So my mom saw the principal, and the principal called the teacher in and myself. And they said, like, what's the problem? And she was like, and I said, really? Because I wrote down everything she said. I go, here's everything you said and how stupid I am and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, I'm smarter than you. And then she was like, I just don't like him. I don't want him in my class, which was fine. This other 3rd grade teacher was like, I love Steven. I went there, never had a problem. So there's a different, my mom and dad would never go threaten the teacher. What they would say is, what's the issue? That's the problem with parents today. You're going to threaten a teacher. If I was a teacher, I would have told you, go fuck yourself. Then I would have thrown your ass out of the school. And if you would ever come back, I'd probably figure out how to have you arrested. So
I was
teachers. That's the problem. You can't. Nobody.
I was lucky once to have an opening speech at the new school.
Yep.
And I talked about myself.
Yep.
And I told them, you don't want to end up like me, because I could have done so much better at school, but I wanted to hang out with the older guys or girls, and I didn't concentrate. What you're learning now, you will gain for the rest of your lives.
Right.
The rest of your lives. And if you don't do that, you will end up like me, like a lousy politician. I said that for fun, but you know, just to, but they got the drift.
Right.
Many of them came to me afterward and said, "Okay, you were not speaking us down. You were telling us that we had chances."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and that you are the example of. I told them I would have done completely different now,
right,
at school, even if I had some very good grades, and some were.
Another issue with the pressure on European youth today, it's very, very serious. This is serious. They
all
go
over the
to
world.
School, and they're coming 2 or 3 guys to Mr. X. And they say, no, we go to the cash machine. You take out $1,000. If you don't, we will kick your ass. And he is afraid to tell them. But
what are you talking about?
I'm talking about 2 or 3 guys in the same school. Take him to the cash machine.
Yeah.
He had to withdraw.
Wait! Stop! Are you kidding me? These are called bullies, and when we were kids, they would beat you up for your lunch money. Yeah,
if
it's the
they're below
same
15
thing.
years.
Stop. That's a bunch of crap. When we were
Not
kids,
bunch
there
of
were
crap.
kids that would
If
beat
they
you
are
up for your
below
lunch
15
money.
years,
It's the
police
same
cannot
thing.
do anything.
No,
But
stop
you
it.
can,
Please.
but
That's ridiculous crap.
when I was at school, the last grade I was the oldest one, and I was kind of people did what I said, kind of. But okay. The thing is that if people are, we can't talk about students fighting each other, because there are politicians fighting each other, there are businessmen, there are that's life. You have to stand up for yourself, and you have to
Morten,
You
can
have
you
to
please
speak.
can you sign what I say to Stephen? He is not believing. What
I
people
believe you. They did it when I was a
are doing
kid. They
in
just
Norway.
take your lunch money. You have to stand up for yourself. And you have to
Lunch
fight.
money, $1,000 is not
Yeah,
lunch
come
money.
on.
If they
It's
take
the same.
$1,000 from you, then that's theft. You go to the police. That's a lot different than some kid
No,
going, "Give me
they
your
are
lunch money."
afraid. Police cannot do anything.
That's bull. And your police, wherever you live,
Morten,
then are bigger
explain him.
pussies than the kids.
If you are below
Okay,
15 years
there is a bully thing going on in Europe right now.
There's a bullying thing going on all the time. I mean, that's
all the time. But now with the cards and the ATMs and also the direct transfer from your
Let me ask you this though. If you're a kid, why, first of all, why you have a phone, I have no idea. Second of all, why you're running around with your ATM card, once again, I have no idea. Third, why do you have all your ATM stuff on your phone? I have no idea. The only thing you should have as a child until you're 18 is a flip phone. So if there's an emergency, you can get a hold of mommy and daddy. You shouldn't be able to do anything other than that. So if someone's beating you up or stealing money from your bank account, then that's in America would be a federal offense. So you can go do something about it. But if you're stupid enough to put your financial stuff on your financial stuff for your child on their phone, then you get what you get. And if you don't want to do anything because you're a puss,
want to
not
go
my
shopping.
Huh?
Because after school, the children go shopping.
They don't need to go shopping. They're children. They go to school, and that's it.
You know.
No, I don't care if it's Norway or
they have a lot of money all over.
Who cares?
Another issue.
Go to school. That's your job.
Another
Your
issue.
job as a child from 7 o'clock in the morning until 4 o'clock in the afternoon is to go to school and learn. Then your job is to go home and do your homework. But the teachers don't give homework, so you don't. So if you have to go hang out, not my problem. Once again,
Evan, you are born.
The boys earlier.
Relax.
The boys can rape a girl 10 times.
What?
10 different girls and go to jail for one of them. That is statistic. Listen
once again, where are you pulling this one out of your hat? Where? You can't without giving us the thing.
Regarding the rapist in the country we are living in, it is true. It is true. 9 out of 10, and that's given by the police authorities.
So you have girls, this is horrible if this is true. You have high school girls getting raped by high school boys, and is that what we're talking? And then only if you have to rape 10 girls finally to go to jail. Is there like a number? Right. How does that work?
No. Only 1 of 10 boys
go to jail
are
right.
Okay.
Have penalties at all.
Wow, that's pathetic.
It's worst.
But come on, it's gruesome. No, it is. But again, you Evan, I know you better than I know my own underwear, and you're too kind. You're too kind. No. Stop. If you the best teacher I ever had, he told me, Morten. Then I was in the chemist school. He said, you have the power. You have everything. You want to make it. I'm not going to make it for you, but I will help you. But you have to show progress and interest and follow the readings, and also on the lab you have to do.
Why are you changing?
And I did. No. Because the other teacher said, if you want to do this until tomorrow.
Last time we talking about evolution, okay? Why are you changing tema, Morten, when only 1 of 10 rapes go to jail? It's so important for me to
I told you it's gruesome. It's terrible. It's terrible.
It's telling
But
me
but that's not the main. That's not the main theme here. The main theme is that the younger generation are giving fuck because they have no mentors, not even their own, not even their own parents. They don't care, and if no one cares, I've been a mentor myself. Shut up. If nobody cares and are setting the next step on the ladder to you,
grow up and married, they will go over 100 more girls and give a shit in the wife because no respect, you know. What?
Yeah, but you're hanged up on this. We all agree on
times.
Yeah, but let's make, we can use 10 hours to discuss this. But
there's nothing to talk about. There's nothing to talk about. It's a terrible issue.
We agree.
And it happens all over the world, and there's nothing to talk about. There's nothing you're going to do that's going to change it, and it goes back to parents, and it goes back to everything else. So talking about it isn't going to do anything, unfortunately, unless you want to bring on someone who is a rape counselor, and you want to have them discuss it with real statistics and real things. Then that's a discussion. But for the three of us to discuss it is not a discussion for us. We are not those professionals.
But the main issue is that the kids understand,
right,
and the parents understand that they are mentors for their own son and and not bring it all over to the teacher. They have enough. The teacher is not supposed to raise your child.
No, that's true. Well, that's the problem, though. Is the teachers aren't raising the children, the parents aren't raising the children. It's the internet that's raising the children. So that's where your problem is, because nobody's taking responsibility to be a mentor, and that out of everything is really the crux of this. So the younger generation has no mentors, and the ones that do have mentors are lucky they have mentors, and that is a problem because people don't want to be bothered. Parents don't want to be bothered. Grandparents don't want. No one wants to be bothered anymore. So there's 8 billion people on the planet. You can't find a mentor. That's pretty bad.
Yeah. Because well, in business you are paid as a mentor, but you're not paid as a father and mother. You will be paid when you're you don't have to go to the older home care.
They don't, and that's why they do that. They throw their parents in there because why? Because they don't have any old world values, and that's a problem. That the real what we should talk about next week maybe is values, because that's what this really boils down to. Somewhere in the 70s, 80s, or 90s, more like I think the 80s and 90s, we lost values. Not as like not one country, but the globe as a whole just lost values.
I have a little issue in Ant.
Well, then go to the restroom. It's down the hall to the left.
Yesterday, I was in the public toilet.
Congratulations.
So
that's true.
Thanks for sharing.
Yeah, listen. And I sit down in the toilet, and I get I take the phone.
Too much information.
Listen, I take the phone to one of my good buddies, and
when you sat there,
listen, and I asked him, "How are you doing?" And he said, "Great." And then I listened to echo in the neighbor room. He said, "Great." Fuck, what's going on? I think so. Should we do some fun to the weekend? And he say next door, "No, I don't know if I have time to this because I'm going fishing."
I'm completely out. I don't.
I'm kind of lost.
In the end of the
is there a point to this?
I say to who I'm calling, I have to stop the phone because there is sitting a man next to me, and asking everything I ask you.
Yeah, but why, first of all, are you taking a phone call while you're in the loo? That's rude.
Full communication with the next
Well, yeah,
door.
but why? Like, just call me back. You're not that important. You're not saving cancer. You don't need to be on the phone in the loo.
Yeah.
I mean,
No.
like, who cares? Like, that's,
Yeah.
I'm speechless.
It was
But anyway,
funny.
yeah, no, I don't take phone calls when I'm in the loo. I'm not
Okay.
I'm not curing cancer.
But you who are looking at this, if you have things you are doing at the loo, maybe write down here what your activities.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Activities.
And
very important.
don't be afraid.
No, don't be
And we
afraid
will
of
help
those.
you with we can sell you toilet roll with Trump on.
Okay.
Trump.
Hey guys, don't forget
Yeah.
to subscribe and like. That's our show this week. Hey, and Crazy Grandpa, we need to get you either a headset or some earbuds because when
I
you
will.
speak, you're always screaming.
Next
So
time.
we need to be able to have you. We'll
Sorry.
work on that for next week. Gentlemen, it's
time,
always
I
good to
promise.
see both of you. Have a wonderful week. Try not to take phone calls in the loo. That's all we can say.
Thank you.
Don't forget to subscribe and like, everybody. Cheers. We'll see you all next week.
Namaste.